Hey guys, welcome back to Aviation Explainer. Today we have the news. So some of the news for today is we have the Virgin Qatar deal. There's a bit of conversation around that. And we will also be discussing China Southern Airlines returning to an Australian airport. So stay tuned. Thank you. So to start today's proceedings, we're going to be discussing the Virgin Qatar deal. Now, as a lot of you may know, I have covered this quite a lot on my channel. But today, this is just going to be mixed in with the news because, we can't just keep doing that. And also, I'm trying to change up how I run my channel. So, Virgin Australia has officially begun selling tickets on its wet leased flights to Doha after winning interim approval from the ACCC. Fares are now on sale from Sydney, Brisbane and Perth to Doha starting in June 2025, with Melbourne coming later in the year. Virgin's economy launch sale fares significantly undercut rivals Qantas and Emirates on some routes, including Perth to Paris and Brisbane to Rome, as reported by The Australian. The flights will use Qatar's 777-300ER aircraft, fitted with its new Q-Suite business class offerings, according to CEO Jane Herdlicker from CEO of Virgin Australia. And the partnership will benefit the consumers on the broader economy in addition to Australia's aviation industry. This is a huge win for the Australian travellers, which brings more value and choice to passengers wanting to fly internationally. Through this partnership, Virgin Australia becomes stronger, improving our ability to compete domestically, which is great news for Virgin Australia. Our people and consumers, she said. For Virgin Australia, this gives us the ability to start long-haul flying, which we have not been able to do over the past 4.5 years. Our 28 new weekly services to Doha will open up the world of opportunity for those who want to travel overseas, with more passengers able to connect to over 100 different destinations around the world on Qatar's network. Among other economic benefits, the flights will benefit small businesses, including the agriculture sector, that seek to sell their products to the Middle East, said Herdlicker. The services sector will benefit from the additional $3 billion in the economy value will be delivered over the next 5 years from the increased inbound visitors, which means the jobs and more opportunities for travel and the tourism industry, she said. This also creates the potential for more jobs and promotion opportunities for Virgin Australia team, as we increase domestic flying to accommodate passengers connecting from the expanded international network. This partnership is a critical piece of Virgin Australia's long-term strategy and a huge vote of confidence in the Australian aviation industry, further strengthening Virgin Australia's long-term competitiveness and growth of the aviation industry in Australia. The ACCC last month gave Virgin and Qatar interim approval to begin selling tickets on flights, which are still subject to regulatory approval. The ACCC Deputy Chair Mike Keogh has said that customers who book this service will be protected if the tie-up is knocked back. We consider that granting interim approval authorization now will allow Qatar and Virgin the lead time to undertake the necessary planning and discussion, marketing and selling systems alignment in preparation for Virgin Australia to commence flying of the new services by June 2025, Keogh said. Affected customers will be given the option of a refund or reaccommodation on a suitable alternate flight with no additional charge, and would not be out of pocket for any reasonable foreseeable costs if these proposed new services ultimately don't get approved. Having this court-enforceable undertaking that protects the customers was important to our decision to allow Virgin Australia and Qatar Airways to start selling tickets now. China Southern Airlines lands in Adelaide after a 4-year break. China Southern Airlines has returned to Adelaide for the first time since March 2020. The airline, one of China's big four, touched down in Adelaide shortly before 10 a.m. on Thursday morning, with flight CZ663 from Guangzhou aboard the 787-8 B-2726. The seasonal service, currently the only non-stop link from Adelaide to mainland China, will operate 3 times per week and comes after the carrier's return to Perth in November. The state government and Adelaide Airport says the discussions with China Southern to extend the service beyond the beginning of March. China is such an important market for us, and welcoming back China Southern is a huge boost to South Australian economy, said Adelaide Airport Managing Director Brenton Cox. It also reconnects families and stimulates vital tourism trade between our two countries. It is an essential link in our network vision that will grow our state's economy. The return of China Southern is a significant stimulus for our exporters at the time when trade restrictions between China and Australia on products such as beef, lobster have recently been lifted. The wide-body Dreamliner can carry South Australian products to one of China's largest cities and in return provide the easier one-stop access throughout China. SA Tourism Minister Zoe Bettison said the flights will further grow tourism and trade opportunities in China. International tourism is currently worth $1.3 billion. To further grow this, we are bolstering the market efforts in China, working in partnership with China Southern Airlines, Tourism Australia, and other key partners to showcase the very best of South Australia. To welcome back our second major international airline in less than 2 months is a clear sign South Australia is open for business and tourists. With these direct flights set to drive international visitation while reducing the cost and travel time. The state's Trade and Investment Minister, Joe Zakakis, also noticed that the flight will give exporters up to 45 tonne of cargo space to mainland China per week. China is South Australia's largest two-way trading partner, and our government values the importance of the partnership and will continue to deepen engagement to deliver future opportunities and benefits to the state, he said. Our exports to China have never been higher, worth $4.43 billion to the state's economy over the past year, and this direct route provides another opportunity for our exporters to enter the market cheaper, quicker and more efficiently. China Southern is now Adelaide's 9th international carrier after Emirates returned to the city at the end of October, with the airport currently served by Air New Zealand, Fiji Airways, Jetstar, Malaysia Airlines, Qatar Airways and Singapore Airlines, and Vietjet. Qantas has yet to resume international operations from Adelaide, with Federal Transport Minister Catherine King earlier this month joining the push for the Flying Kangaroo to bring international flights back to the South Australian capital. Thank you everyone for tuning into today's episode. I would love to hear your opinion on some of these stuff that I have mentioned. I've only done 2 today as these are a lot longer topics, but I would love to hear your opinion on what the outcome of these could possibly be to the Australian industry. So please be sure to leave a comment so I can read up on it and see what you guys think. Thank you.